Close your eyes. Imagine a knowledge so potent, so dangerous, that the divine powers themselves deemed it too volatile for mortals. A knowledge that could tear down the very foundations of your understanding, yet promised enlightenment beyond wildest dreams. This isn't just a myth. It's the chilling reality of the Book of Thoth. Written by the ibis-headed god of wisdom, Thoth, this legendary artifact was more than a book. It was a key to unlocking the language of beasts, to seeing the true forms of gods, to wielding magic that defies comprehension. But with such absolute power comes absolute forfeiture, a descent into madness, a loss of self that few could endure. This is the story of ambition, of consequence, and of a forbidden wisdom that continues to haunt the sands of Egypt. Are you ready to hear what lies beyond the veil? Long before the first pharaoh ruled the Nile, before men even conceived of recording their histories, the ancient Egyptians looked to the heavens and spoke of Thoth. He was not a god of raw power, no thunderous deity of war or vengeance. Instead, Thoth embodied the pure intellect behind creation itself. He was the universe's first scholar, the divine architect of order. Picture him, the scribe of the gods, patiently documenting the cosmic laws, the eloquent tongue of Ra, speaking existence into being. Every concept we hold dear, writing, numbers, the intricate dance of the celestial bodies in astronomy, even the nuanced art of magic, all were gifts said to flow from his infinite wisdom. Thoth was prolific, said to have authored countless scrolls and tomes, each a vast repository of vital knowledge. But even among his divine library, one book was set apart, shrouded in an aura of both profound reverence and deep-seated fear. The Book of Thoth. Its legends speak to spells, to keys to unlocking truths so fundamental they could unravel reality for the unprepared. The first, the unparalleled ability to comprehend the language of all creatures, to hear the silent symphony of the natural world, from the whispers of the wind to the ancient songs of the earth. The second, the terrifying yet exhilarating power to perceive the gods themselves in their true, unadulterated forms, to gaze upon the very architects of the cosmos. To merely open this book, to decipher its symbols, was to pierce the veil of mortal illusion, to step beyond the ordinary boundaries of perception and plunge into the heart of divine consciousness. But was humanity truly ready for such a revelation? Our primary source for this perilous tale stems from the Demotic papyri, ancient scripts that detail the tragic saga of a prince named Neferkaptah. He was a man consumed by an insatiable hunger for the forbiddens, not for gold, not for power over empires, but for the ultimate knowledge contained within the Book of Thoth. His quest was epic, a journey through forgotten temples, where shadows danced with secrets, across vast, unforgiving deserts, and along the very arteries of Egypt, the sacred Nile. His perseverance eventually led him to a hidden, watery chamber, deep beneath the river's current. There, bathed in an eerie glow, he found it. The book lay guarded not by men, but by ancient, monstrous serpents, their eyes glowing with primordial malice. Undeterred, Neferkaptah defied these guardians, stole the book, and escaped with his coveted prize. The moment his fingers traced its alien script, the floodgates of perception opened. He gained divine sight, witnessing cosmic wonders, understanding the hidden currents of existence, a glimpse into the very blueprints of creation. But the gods are not benevolent gift givers. Their knowledge comes with an uncompromising price. For his brazen act, for stealing what was never meant for mortals, Neferkaptah faced a horrifying retribution. First, his beloved wife was taken from him. Then, his cherished son. His world crumbled. And finally, the immense, untamable knowledge he had so desperately sought, turned against him, twisting his mind, unraveling his very sanity. The book had not enlightened him. It had cursed him. In the end, he was buried, not as a victorious prince, but as a broken man, entombed in eternal silence, still clutching the very pages that had brought about his ruin, a grim monument to unchecked ambition. Centuries passed, and the chilling legend of the cursed book continued to be whispered amongst the learned. Among those who heard it was another prince, a man of intellect and curiosity, Setne, son of the mighty Ramesses II. Despite the clear and dire warnings that echoed from Neferkaptah's fate, Setne II was drawn by the irresistible siren call of the Book of Thoth. He saw it not as a curse, but as a challenge, a test of his own will and wisdom. Defying the counsel of elders and priests, Setne bravely, or perhaps foolishly, ventured into the very tomb of Neferkaptah, determined to reclaim the book. He found it, till clutched in the skeletal grip of the long-dead prince. As Setne began to read, the book did not immediately unleash madness. Instead, it subtly, deceptively, dragged him into a vivid illusion. He found himself captivated by a woman, more beautiful than any mortal queen, radiant as the sun. In this fabricated reality, Setne fell deeply in love, married her, raised children, and built a grand, prosperous life. He lived years, decades even, in this perfect, meticulously crafted dream. Then, in a single, shattering instant, it all vanished. The woman, the children, the grand palace, all dissolved into nothingness, leaving Setne alone in the dusty, ancient tomb, the weight of the book heavy in his hands. His entire life had been a meticulously constructed dream, a cruel test of pride and attachment orchestrated by the book's insidious magic. The Book of Thoth hadn't granted him knowledge. It had mocked him, stripping away his perceived reality. Humbled to his very core, and having tasted the terrifying precipice of insanity, Setne did what Neferkaptah could not. He returned the book to its rightful or cursed resting place, choosing sanity over ultimate power. But the experience forever branded him, a chilling reminder of how easily our perceptions can be manipulated, and how quickly desire can become a cage. These two harrowing tales beg a crucial question. What was the Book of Thoth, really? Was it a tangible text, a physical scroll hidden deep within some undiscovered tomb? Its pages filled with arcane formulas and divine pronouncements? Or was its true nature far more profound, transcending the literal? Many esoteric scholars and mystics lean towards the latter. They propose that the Book of Thoth was not merely a scroll, but a symbolic representation, a grand metaphor for the arduous journey into divine consciousness. In this view, the book is not something you read with your eyes, but a process you undertake, an inner alchemy, a profound awakening of the soul. Consider the two spells. To understand the language of all creatures isn't about speaking to animals literally. It's about achieving a deep, intuitive understanding of nature's interconnectedness, recognizing the universal patterns and flows that bind all life. It's about hearing the silent wisdom embedded in every leaf, every stone, every creature, seeing the underlying unity of existence. And to see the gods. This may not mean gazing upon anthropomorphic deities. Instead, it could signify a state of profound enlightenment, where one perceives the fundamental truths of reality, the cosmic laws, the archetypal forces that govern the universe, seeing through the illusions of mundane existence. But such a transcendent vision demands an unimaginable sacrifice. The very ego, our self-identity, our attachments, our preconceived notions of who we are, must metaphorically die or be transcended. The cherished illusions that provide comfort and structure to our mortal lives must be shattered, often painfully. True knowledge, the kind that reshapes your very being, is never free. It requires absolute surrender, an unwavering courage to dismantle everything you think you know and are. The stories of Neferkaptah and Setne, then, are not just cautionary tales of stolen relics, but allegories for the inner perils of seeking ultimate truth, without adequate spiritual preparation or humility. Today, millennia after its initial legends were forged, the Book of Thoth continues to live on, not necessarily in dusty, hidden tombs, but in the enduring symbols and philosophies that permeate our spiritual and esoteric traditions. Its essence resonates within the intricate imagery of tarot decks, particularly those focused on wisdom, guidance, and the unfolding of destiny. Look closely at the High Priestess, the Hermit, or the Wheel of Fortune. Their symbolism often echoes the hidden knowledge and cycles of transformation attributed to Thoth. The core principles said to originate from Thoth, also central to Hermetic teachings, a vast philosophical and spiritual system that emphasizes the interconnectedness of the macrocosm and microcosm, the idea that as above, so below. From ancient alchemy to modern spiritual practices, the desire to unlock deeper truths, to understand the universe and oneself, carries the undeniable echo of Thoth's influence. He is the silent whisperer to the seeker, the unseen force that tests their resolve, that subtly breaks down their old paradigms. He doesn't just offer knowledge, he demands growth. Only through such trials, through the willingness to confront and transcend one's own limitations, can the truly worthy glimpse the profound mysteries. The Book of Thoth, then, isn't a mere relic of the past. It's a living force, perpetually challenging those who dare to seek beyond the surface. You journeyed with us tonight, drawn by the allure of this ancient secret. You came here for the hidden truth, for the forbidden knowledge encapsulated within the Book of Thoth. But as we've explored, secrets are not simply given, They are earned. They are unveiled not through passive reception, but through active, often painful, transformation. The true Book of Thoth, the one that holds the ultimate power, is not a scroll to be read with your eyes. It is not something you discover in a forgotten chamber. It is something you become. It is the profound wisdom cultivated within, the shattered illusions, the expanded consciousness that emerges from the crucible of self-discovery. So, as we conclude our journey into the legend, I leave you with a profound question, one that will resonate long after these words fade. Do you still seek to see the gods? Or are you now realizing that you must first be willing to lose everything you think you are? Everything that defines your limited self, to truly embrace the limitless? The choice, as always, is yours.